Hey guys, this is the video review of Kyoryuger's Chou Kamitski Henkei Bragi Oh Deluxe. Well, what I just said is basically Super Bite On Transformation Bragi Oh. He is the last of the 10 great Zyuden Ryus, the biggest, and in Sentai, every year they release the biggest toy at the end, near the end of the series, to combine with the smaller ones. So here we have Bragigas. He's pretty big. He's awesome. He has a bunch of sounds and whatnot. He's really, really cool. Now, I would like to have showed him next to all 10 of them, but I don't have the room for it to shoot it, so I'm just going to bring them out in one by one. Before we start talking about the features and whatnot, let's just do the comparisons. Let's get them out the way. Alright, let's start with, of course, Kamitski. As you can see, he's huge. Let me do it at the side like this. He's big, so it's hard for me to do everything right. As you can see, he's big, but he's, you know what I mean? He's pretty cool regardless. Alright. Alright. I was gonna bring DX Spino, but he's just like Kamitski anyway, so there's no point. You can see there he is with Plezuon. Number 9 and 10. Plezuon was also released near the end of the line. He was also very cool. Alright. I'm gonna bring the Gordon in. And I'm gonna bring a bunch of the little ones just all at once so you guys can get a better look. Bragigas is designed after a brachiosaur. Obviously, the long neck. Just like in what was it? Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger, the final toy was also Brachiosaur. Or you guys may know him better as Titanus from the Mighty Morphin line. I did a review, you guys want to check it out, of that. Alright. Let me bring in several of the small ones. I'm not going to bring them in all, I'm just going to bring the ones that are different shapes. There's no point in doing it, bringing in all of them when they're all basically the same size. So you can see Bragigas has some width and height to him. He's awesome. A little expensive though. I think he's awesome, but I think he's too expensive. Alright. Let's get to the review now, shall we? Alright, as we see here now that we've done comparison, here we have Bragigas. He's the last of the 10 Zyuden Ryus, the biggest one. He's awesome actually, because look, his gimmick to bring him back to life, he needed the 13 guardian fossils in the stones. So when he was brought back, he had a bunch of armor from the 10 guardians. I'm not quite sure. I think this is Kentro Spiker. This one right here is Dinos Grounder. Okay. Real quick. Kyoryuger is on the top. You can see his little eye. Alright. There's a few I don't really know. Right here is Arcanelon. This one right here is Stimero. And in the robot mode, the Paranda becomes the belt. There's more, but I'm not sure I could identify them all. Anyways, his partner is Kyoryuger Silver, who's going to finally be revealed next week on the upcoming episode, so I'm excited. His identity has been revealed already, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Alright, let's first talk about how Bragigas works. Usually, and the more recent, the bigger Kyoryuger toys that have come out, they have different sounds when the battery is in or not. However, Bragigas is an exception. No matter what, even if the battery is in there or not, it doesn't make a difference because it won't matter. Even if the batteries are not in there, it'll still make the sound. There's a slot in here that you push, then you slide down, and once it's in there properly, you slide this up. Okay, remember when I told you that the battery isn't needed for the face? It's true, because look, yanking it out, no battery in there now. Actually, the neck has nothing to do with the electronics. The way it works, And the way it works is when you bring down the thing, a little switch is pushed out. See? And there's a button in here that every time you press it and release, does a sound. All of the sounds are located on the bigger part of his body, which is the part that like takes in all the batteries. So for now, let's just put this guy back in his mouth. All right. Now let's get a look at him. He's really big. Wait, I wanted to show one more comparison. For you guys who have Kyoryuger toys, I'm gonna bring in Side-Eye N. I have other big Ultimate toys, but they're on display and I don't really want to bring them out, but I had just bought this guy recently, so I figured I'd show him you guys. Side-Eye N, also known as Side-Eye Oh in this robot mode. You can see they're pretty much the same size. Zyuden is also a cool toy. He's got motors just like Kyoryuger from Shinkenger, so he does move. And he's a little cool because you need a remote to start him up, like a little dagger. But that's besides the point. These places, these spots in here, is where all the batteries get taken in. But as you can tell, there's only one that has a red outline. That's because that's the only one that needs to be pressed in to get different sounds. All the other ones are just shells for nothing, but this one is needed if you want to get different sounds. Now that we're talking about sounds, I'll show you where they're located. Right there. Here you have the switch, the on and off switch, and the button. So I pressed it, it just made the Bragigas roaring sound. So when you hold it, he does the blasting sound after his name was said. That sound doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter if the battery's in, it'll do it. The only thing that really does matter is the battery that's inside here with the red outline. But for now, when you chomp this down, so you can see the tail, folds up, you snap. That's like the kiddie or like funny side version of the announcer, because the battery isn't in, so it only does it like that. But if you get the battery in, you'll be able to hear the sound better. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring all the Guardian batteries that I do have, so I can just fill them up and you guys can see that. So here, I'm just going to start plugging them in just like that. I'm going to leave the last one out, so you guys can see that there's a difference when it's plugged in or not. In total, 13 slots for 13 batteries. It's also pretty cool because it can store all my other batteries. Okay, as you can see, there's still some slots left. The 13 Guardian batteries can be fitted, but it doesn't make a difference. So you can see 13 batteries are in there. And it's important because his final move, when he's combined as Gigant Kyoryuzin, this whole body part becomes a giant cannon. And all the other Zyuden come to combine their batteries with it, and it releases a giant cannon blast. So that's also pretty cool. Anyways, now you heard the sounds that were different while this battery was not in. Now I'm going to put it into the red slot I was telling you guys of. Here we go. You hear all electricity and all the batteries being slotted in. Do it again. What's awesome about this, if you guys don't know, Bragigas was brought to life by the Guardian fossils. And also in the show, he could use every single one of the batteries' power for himself. So they fitted that into the toy itself, which is awesome. The same button that I showed you before, now that the battery's in, he will recite every single battery in order starting from 11 Dino Chaser. So let's do that. Okay, now it's going to be Dino's Grounder. Then Kentro Spiker. 14's the Miro. 15 Alomeras. 16 Bionzmo. 17 Ovirapo. 18 Igerando. 19 Toperanda. Number 20 Gurunamite. 21 Arcanilon. 22 Pokuputor. Kuptor. And the last one Futabain. So you can hear it literally recites every battery, and when you're done it'll start from the beginning again. So let me get back to Dino Chaser. Now even if you put the batteries in, you hold it, it still does the same noise that it does with the batteries in or not. Okay. What's a transformer, which is fairly easy and simple, but for now I'm gonna let you guys see the underside of it. You can see that's the awesome Kyoryuger armor that has every single Zyuden Ryu except Gigant Spino and Guardians. It becomes a chess piece for Gigant Kyoryuger, which is the ultimate form. Alright, I guess that's all the show for now. So what we're gonna do is transform him to his robot mode. First we're gonna take this off. This is important, it creates a staff. And we gotta take off the neck. Okay? Also take off this piece. This piece is the helmet. Now you see the face in there.
Hold on, put it.
Okay?
Put your hand in the back. There you go.
Pretty cool. And the neck actually becomes part of the staff. You combine this piece with the two pegs that's inside. Alright, now we have his weapon ready. Now the transformation. Fairly simple. Let's start by snapping this so we can hear the Giga Gabricho, which is Giga Bite Chomp. If you didn't hear it, I'll do it again. Alright. Fairly simple from here. Just raise, snap, bring down arms, fold them in, snap, snap. Now the helmet, which has two pegs up here. Okay. Two pegs where the helmet goes. And there we go. And now we make the handle. As you can see, he has two handles. This one right here, which is for the Kyoryuger one, because it's longer, it gives him more space to grip. And this one for Bragi Oh, it's shorter, so it fits better to the hand. So you just simply press the button here, and back. Alright, now that he's in this form, I could properly show him more, as I was struggling with the big mode. Okay. Alright, here we have Bragi Oh. As you can tell, Bragigas is the last robot. He also has a robot mode himself, just like Plezu On and Betera Gordon. So that's also pretty cool. Alright, as you can see, the armor thing I mentioned about the Guardians is more visible now. Here's a T-Rex, which I'm pretty sure is Alomeras. And I mentioned Toperanda. That's it right there. Toperanda right there in the chest. See? And then we have these. They look like snakes, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Okay. They're identical. I'm not quite sold on what it is. Here's another dino face. It's hard to identify them since they're not all like visible. And then we have this right here. Okay. And more armor up here on the hands. It's pretty decent. Pretty cool. Very excited about it. Anyways, the button that we talked about now is right up here. Convenient. Okay? When you press it down, you'll hear the Bragi Oh music when he's transforming in the show. It's a long sound. As you can see, it's a little fuzzy because it's a crowd chanting it. So that's why it sounds so fuzzy, because it's literally a crowd singing it. And of course, if you hold it, you hear the Gigant Kyoryuger sounds. I'll do that when he's actually formed, so you can have something to look forward to when I do combine it. So let's take a better look at the staff itself. It's the brachiosaur neck. As you can see, it's right here. It's just basically the whole neck piece. I'm not sure if you guys got to look at it, but there's two handles. This one is meant for Gigant Kyoryuger since it's a bit more spaced out. This one is only for Bragi Oh. Okay? And like this, I have the same thing with the battery in there, but since it's not plugged into the thing, plugged into the main body, there's no sounds to it. Okay. Put this back. Let's do some turning around. Remove this for now. Okay. As you can see, the Gigant Kyoryuger head is stored up here along with the armor. Let me check it out. This is where you use the batteries for and where the sounds come out from. So it may sound fuzzy because this piece is actually holding it here in the front. That's why it sounds more fuzzy. Alright. Gonna bring in robots to compare them with. So we're back. You can see here he is with Kyoryuger. These two actually combined to make Gigant Kyoryuger, the most powerful combination robot in Kyoryuger. So we've been waiting for that all this time to figure out what it's gonna look like. There's been some pictures online of what it looks like, but it's awesome to finally have it here and show them to you guys face to face, or online, through online. We're not face to face, but you know what I mean. You can see Bragigas. He's a big toy himself, but his robot mode is fairly small. He's just bulky, that's what it is. Let me show you. Oops, I just decapitated him, I'm sorry. So you can see he's fairly thick and big, because the box that holds all the Judenchis has to be big to fit all 13. Alright. Okay, let me bring in Zyuden Oh. Okay. Zyuden Oh is the smallest robot in the line. You can see the size comparison is pretty well. Alright. Let's take him out the way and bring Plezo on. There we go. Plezo still holds the height, biggest robot in the line, as he is bigger than Bragi Oh, but by a little bit, just because he has a pointy head, and that mainly gives him the height. Alright. Now that I got you guys' attention, I didn't let you guys see the staff that well. Okay. This piece right here actually connects with the Kyoryuger helmet that you combine it with, so it actually comes out like that. I was gonna show it to you like this, and look what's cool about it is it has the Kyoryuger symbols, the bite that's on the chest. See, it's two facing each other, and you have some teeth here also. So that's what the helmet is mainly made of. All right. So robot comparisons for him is done. So let's just get this over with and transform them to make Gigant Kyoryuger. Alright. Okay. First, let's start with Kyoryuger. Alright. Well, basically, your Kyoryuger, you don't need to do much. You need to just take this, snap it in, put it to the side. I'm gonna put it right here. Alright. So Kyoryuger is ready to go. Let's prepare Bragigas. Okay. Alright, first what you want to do is take off the staff. Okay? You want to take this piece off, put it down, and take this piece off for a second. Alright, so now we have a loose thing, the axe and the neck. Alright, now, I'm sure you guys have noticed these pieces right here. These bulky, excessive pieces. These are actually important in the Gigant Kyoryuger formation. These pieces are actually what helps him have the shoulder Parasagan weapon. It combines, so just like this. Obviously clips and pegs and slots, so combined easily. Now we want to take this piece off, which I think is beautiful. Check it out. All 23 are here. Even though Toba Spino should be in here, he's not. He really is considered not part of the line. So you can see this glitter stuff, and then right here you gotta pull these pegs out. Right, that's ready. And here's the Gigant Kyoryuger head that I was talking about. Now you can see it better. Now we take this piece that I took out earlier, snap it in. There we have Gigant Kyoryuger's helmet. Unlike the other helmets, this one actually comes with its own face. The Kyoryuger head that's default with the original is a bit smaller, so this one is a bit bigger. Alright, so now we have all these pieces out. Okay, here's the helmet again. The helmet's gonna go into these slots right here, facing in like that. There we go. Alright then, now we need to remove the limbs. Okay, to prepare these, just have to turn them back in like this. This is supposed to stabilize the backpack, which is quite heavy. So same thing here. Ready, we'll put these to the side. And now let's take off the legs. Now the legs are what actually gives Gigant Kyoryuger height. Yes. You actually grab the legs, slide them down. This piece was on the opposite side of the foot, just so you guys know. Okay, here's the leg. You bring it down. You saw this peg climb down with it. It's important you flip it up, so that's what clips onto Gabutira's feet. And you flip these foot up, just like that. So same thing with this. Down, flip down, lift the peg. Alright, we're almost ready now. Now, we need to attach the tail back to the main body, because these are the pegs that are needed to attach the feet to it. At one point I forgot that, and I thought I had broken it or something. I was really pissed, you guys, my girlfriend. So here. Alright. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna bring this leg, bring it down. Okay. These pegs right here. Alright? You wanna put it like this. Same thing with the other leg, just like that. Okay, let's put this to the side. Now we're almost ready, friends. Now, let's bring back Kyoryuger. Okay, the pieces we have here. The legs I just showed you guys, right? The legs. This one is for the right, his left or right. Okay, so here are the feet. Kyoryuger has slots in his feet. They're also used in the Bakuretsu Kyoryuger formation. So, again, peg, peg, slot, slot. So, snap. Same thing right here. Okay. Now we have the height taken care of. So now we have the parastic and shoulder cannon. So you can see it's very similar. What's inside here, this slides underneath the Kyoryuger tail. Same like just like the tail, it slides in the same way. So you may gotta make sure it's high so it slides in. There you go. I'm not sure if you guys heard it, but it was a snap. Okay. Now, let's get rid of the big part. This thing goes on the back. Alright, it's very heavy and bulky, so you gotta make sure that it's snapped in correctly before you pick it up. Because you can have a disaster in your hands if you pick it up wrong and it falls and breaks on you.
Okay.
You see there's 4 pegs? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, no brain science here. No rocket science here. Just simple push, clip.
Snapping.
There we go. Now we have that part ready. Look, he's already starting to look hot. Here we are. Remember where I took these pieces and flipped them up? They go so perfectly into the front pegs. This peg hasn't been used in any other Kyoryuger toy so far. The only thing that's been used is this one for the Bakuretsu Kyoryuger. This is the first time that this peg has been used since I first got it. Snap, snap. And there we go. Now there's one more thing I need, which is Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger and Parasagan. They're pretty crucial in this to make it look pretty cool. Okay. Forgot to bring them over. I'm sorry, guys. They're already ready to go anyway. Okay. Just like the arm slots, the battery needs to be in. Not really. You don't need the battery, to be honest with you. So, snap. Now, here we go. This is when the staff that just held Bragios' sword or axe combines with Zakutor, making a badass Zyuden Ryu staff. Alright, let's put it down for now. Now we're basically done, guys. So we can see here is the helmet that goes on. But here's a slide peg. So there's a slide peg in here. So the same sliding piece, so just slide it. And now just pop it in. Alrighty. So let's just take the bigger lever I told you about right here and pop it so ever perfectly into Gigant Kyoryuger. So the finished result, the last formation of Kyoryuger. Sorry guys, he's pretty big, so I gotta back up the camera. In his glory. He's very cool. I promise you guys the Gigant Kyoryuger sounds. So now I go back where it's still located. Now it's even closer, so very convenient. Hold it down. Alrighty then. Now you can see. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, as you see here, I brought last year's Go Buster's Ultimate Formation Go Buster King compared with Gigant Kyoryuger. I might review him one of these days, but besides what it looks like, he's actually pretty broken. I need a new GT Gorilla. A lot of his pegs are broken, but he is propped up pretty nicely here. So you can see, depends on how you consider height. If you consider height by the face, then obviously Go Buster King is bigger. But if you want to compare with the top, he is bigger by like 1 inch at least. Alright. I thought it was a very, very like sneaky way to add height to it by just putting the tail on the head. That gives him at least a good 5-6 inches. Okay, I had to cut out bringing out Go Buster King because I didn't want to risk him falling apart on camera. And so as you see here, he is the original G12. Alright? One of the most sought after Super Sentai toys ever. He's amazing. As you can see, he also has a reputation to being one of the biggest Sentai toys when it comes to being combined. It holds actually 12 engines and it's combined pretty smart to have every single one. Alright, let go. Okay. So you can see, still the height problem, depending on how you look at it. If you want to consider height being by the tail, then Gigant Kyoryuger is bigger than G12, which is not an easy thing to say. So it's pretty cool. Obviously a very, very cool piece. It'll look good in anybody's collection. Alright, I just figured that you guys could see from comparing it with G12. Give me a second, I'm gonna bring them down. Okay, as you see, I've brought in Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh, so you guys could see Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh or Kyoryuger. I just figured I'd have both formations since I have Toba Spino instead, but you guys get the gist of it. Here it is compared to Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh and Gigant Kyoryuger. So the formation is identical with the Gigant, what's it called, Bakuretsu Kyoryuger form. So just picture Toba Spino being red, and you can look at both formations and you can figure which one you like better. As for me, I just think I'm here thinking Go Busters, I'm sorry. I love the Gigant Kyoryuger. If you want to count the tail being height, you can see that he is obviously bigger. But he's bigger on his own anyway. Even if he didn't have the tail on the top, he's a decent size. He's a really cool toy. Alright, I'm going to bring him down. So you see, I brought in Little Patera Raiden Oh, so you can see Prezo and Kyoryuger are basically the same size of him, give away half an inch or something. So you can see Gigant Kyoryuger still looks big compared to everything else. So let's bring him down. Alright, I'm going to turn him around for you guys to see, okay? It has to be done carefully because this thing does like to fall. Let's remove this. Okay. Alright. Initially, just like Plezu Oh, he comes with a piece that guards the legs from falling back. That was not cool. Anyways, let's act that nobody heard that. Okay.
Bloopers.
Anyways, so you see it from the side. Pretty cool. He has a ginormous backpack, but what's cool about this is that to do his final Hisatsu move, killer finisher, you will need to take this piece out and attach the legs properly, and it makes a giant cannon. And I haven't showed you the sounds that it does yet. So, keeping that secret until we're done. So you can see, here's the axe attached back. It's important, like I showed you earlier, that this axe is on, or else you won't have no way to connect these legs. I made the mistake, I forgot to put it up here, put it back, and I didn't know where the pegs went. But it took me a while. I felt like an idiot when I realized what was wrong. See, he's pretty big, man. He's awesome. I think he's really, really cool. Alright. Okay. Just gonna take one last look from up to down because I'm gonna finish the review with just showing you the cannon form. Alright. I honestly think he's really cool. There's one thing I wish would have happened. I wanted it to have all the 10 combined. There's only 6 here of the 10. The other 4 are left out, unfortunately. I was hoping that there'd be a form that combined all of them. But as the line progressed, I knew that wasn't going to be possible. With Plezu and Pattern Raiden, combining, it would be impossible to combine them all the way like that. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I think it's pretty cool. Alright. Okay. Let's do the cannon form. So, it's important, we need the staff. So, Zakutor has to go. We're going to pose him on the side though, because in the show, to make this move happen, you need all 10 Voltosaurs, I'm sorry, Zyuden Ryus on the field. Alright, but I have not much to work with, so I can't do that. So let's just take Parasaga and Zakutor and just put them to the side so he can be part of it. Next week they're gonna premiere the ultimate Gigant Kyoryuzin blaster finisher. Alright, so here we have this thing on its own. Okay. What we need mainly is the backpack. So let's take off this ginormous backpack. Okay. Alright, what we're gonna do here is we gotta attach the legs again. So we gotta uncombine these. Okay. Simple. Attach them right here to their slots. Peg. Slot. Bam. Alright, I'm gonna slide it down because now we need the neck being a third leg that supports it properly. So let's attach. Let's attach the head. Okay. And now we need to put this back here. Luckily there's 2 pegs. Okay. 2 slots. And we combine it. Alright. We have something happening here. Now let me turn the body around. Okay, so here we go. Alright, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But, as long as you have the battery in the red slot, every time you reopen this, the sound is going to happen. However, if you close it and the battery, at least one battery is not in the red slot, you won't hear what's going to happen. I learned that you have to be at least one battery. The 13 are not necessary. It just looks cool, but you don't need it. You need just one battery. And you don't even have to buy another one. You could just use the same silver battery because it makes no difference if it's in the neck or not. So anyways, there's a handle here. Handle that presses it, that handles it to go up. When you do it like this red thing becomes it. Alright, I'm about to open it.
Looks cool.
Now that sounds awesome. What you heard is, I think, almost every single Zyuden Ryu voice happened in there. If you pay attention, I'll do it one more time. You can hear all the dino roars, including the Spinos. I'm positive I heard it in there. Since it's the same thing as the Kyoryu origami, I know that sound. Again, as long as the battery is in there, it will do it. Now. Alright, just to prove my point, only this slot right here with the red outlining is. So if you close it without at least having one battery, you'll have like the kitty sound. And when you open it, nothing happens. Okay? And I suppose that's it for this review. Okay guys, I hope you really enjoyed it. This is the last Zyuden review for the Kyoryuger line. In a way, I've been heavily looking for it, very anticipated, but now that it's gone, I'm a little sad because this just shows how Kyoryuger is about to finish, you know. And the new Sentai is gonna come out. I heard that it's train inspired. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to see it myself. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching it, and have a good night. Hey guys, I forgot to add this in my review. I'm not really good at cutting stuff. I'm gonna try to attach this video to the review I just shot, the Gigant Kyoryuzin video. So if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna add it as a short video so you can see what it looks like. Alright, this is obviously Gigant Kyoryuzin, but replaced Kabutsira with the Spino. You can see the blue is pretty cool. But the reason I don't like these combined forms that much is because the helmets that they include. The helmets are obviously made to go with red Kabutsira Kyoryujin. Had this been blue, with the blue edges or all silver, it would look flawless. However, it does look good. Everything fits well except this, right? As you know, this clips on the two clips in the front. Shouldn't be a problem, right? No, wrong. These are Spinosaurus arms, and they wanted to make that a clear point in the toy. Make his arms longer than Kabutsira's, because factually they were. Spinosaurus' arms were longer than T-Rex's. So the problem is this. There's a little slot here that's supposed to fit in little Kabutsira arms. But with these being so big, it's almost impossible. It's not impossible, almost impossible. You have to flip it and push it in just like that. Okay? Maybe in the front you can't notice, but in the back you can't, or side view. So let me just do the whole flipping thing, okay, so you guys can see that. I don't want to waste any more of your time with this, so let's just do a round view of it. I call this Gigant Spinodai Oh. As you can see, the Bumpaki and Ankylo arms are there, so check it out. Like I said, it would be awesome if they included a helmet that was red. Or maybe even custom make one, you know? I don't plan on buying another Bragigas, but if I were, I'd probably paint the helmet blue and have a way to make it look a bit better. The arm problem is a problem though, but besides that, it looks good. It fits well, so everything looks alright. So here's just a quick video as to what it would look like with the Spino instead of Kabutsira. So, I mean, I've covered all the bases in my Gigant Kyoryuger review, so there's nothing really to show. I've showed you all the signs and everything. If you want to see more details, please watch my Bragi Oh video. Thanks guys. I'm going to try to attach this, but if I don't, I'm just going to do it as a short video. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and have a good night. Got one last look at our hero, and bye.